Hello and welcome. Today we are going through a bunch of new lipsticks. So we've got arm swatches and lip swatches for all of the shades I picked up. And today we're going to be focusing on the new Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. I have, satins, matte, and the lip pencil. We're also looking at some of the Makeup by Mario and the new Byredo liquid mattes. So let's go ahead and get started. First up, let's take a look at the Makeup by Mario. So we have this matte black packaging here. It feels like powder coated metal. I'm sure this is actually plastic inside, but it's that texture that you get. And then these are the lipsticks. So this one here is called South Shore, and we do have magnetic closure. So I really like this packaging. Actually, I think it's really nice packaging. So the shade South Shore here is going to be a nude shade and it has a little bit of warmth in here. So you can see it's kind of like a pecan. So this is our South Shore. It's like pecan with a little bit of peach mixed in. I also picked up the shade Broadway, and this is going to be a really beautiful pink. And you can see this is going to be a medium to deep rose pink. This is definitely going to be cooler in undertone, but it is not going to be overly cool. So it's cool, but if you're looking at the spectrum with neutral in the middle, this is just over into cool. So it's not neutral leaning cool. It is cool, but we're still, not all the way over there. And then I also picked up one of the lip pencils. So I have a couple of the lip pencils from the first release. This one here is the shade Pink Peony. This isn't a new formula or anything. We do have a brush on one end, but they did add some new shades. And I've been looking for a nice pink lip pencil. So I wanted to pick this one up. So this is, again, Pink Peony with Broadway. You can see that those shades they go really well together. So if you look at them closely, you can see that Pink Peony is a little bit cooler than Broadway. It just has a little bit more of those blue undertones in it. Really beautiful pink shade though. I love this on its own, just with some gloss on top, but it also works really well with a lot of these like pink lipsticks that have been coming out. Think Dior Rose Blues. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lip swatches. The Makeup by Mario Super Satin lipsticks retail for $28 US, and there are quite a few shades. I purchased mine from Sephora, but you can also purchase them directly from the Makeup by Mario website. So this is described as a classic creamy satin lipstick with a soft sheen. It's free of parabens, formaldehydes, formaldehyde-releasing agents, phthalates, mineral oil, retinol palmitate, oxybenzone, coal tar, and so many other things. It also has less than 1% synthetic fragrance. It's gluten-free and cruelty-free. Now, one thing to note, although it has less than 1% synthetic fragrance, you do still smell some fragrance. So I can smell it when I'm putting it on and the tube is close to my nose, but it does fade. It's going to be your typical vanilla floral fragrance. So I don't love the fact that the fragrance is there, but I love the fact that it fades. Now, what this actually feels like on the lips, it feels kind of more like a pigment. So it's very thin, very lightweight on the lips, but there's a little bit of elasticity to it as well, a little bit of that vinyl texture. So it's very smooth and silky. And I have to say, I think these are a really nice lipstick. $28 I think is a great price. I really like the packaging on these as well. These are made in Italy. We have 3.5 grams of product and an 18-month shelf life. The lip pencils retail for $24 US. We've got a variety of shades. Again, this is not a new product. This is just one of the new shades. It's a full coverage matte formula, and there's some creaminess as you're putting it on. It glides on smoothly, but it really does kind of set down and it stays put pretty well. So this is one of the lip pencils. I think it's a really nice formula. You do need to sharpen this. It is, a traditional pencil, but it comes with a sharpener, which is great. We've seen a lot of brands now, you have to sharpen, but they're not coming with sharpeners. So it does come with a pencil sharpener with it. And I love using these lip pencils, just as an all over base color and adding just some lip balm or clear lip gloss on top. And it's just a great lipstick shade then. And that's an easy way to travel with something as well. Lip pencils have 1.1 grams of product. They're made in Japan and we have an 18-month shelf life. So overall, I have to say that the Mario lipsticks and pencils, I'm really impressed with these. Really like them. I do plan on picking up more colors in the future. Definitely something to keep on your list for the Sephora sale if you like to purchase then. And yeah, overall, really, really nice. Performance-wise, they last a little bit longer than your traditional satin because, as I mentioned, they do feel like the pigmentation is a little bit stronger. You know, like the base itself has more colored pigment in it. So you do end up with a stain that lasts a little bit longer than your traditional creamy satin lipstick. Let's go ahead and move on to the Charlotte Tilbury. So I picked up 4 of her new satins, 1 of the matte lipsticks, and 1 of the lip pencils. And I historically have not loved Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks because I'm one of those people where everything turns orange on me. So I didn't really wear her previous lipstick formula for that reason. So let's go ahead and take a look at these new shades. I have to say I was really excited to see that we have a new formula and we've got some cooler tone pinks. This one here, actually, let's start with this one here. This is Icon Baby. So when you actually get Icon Baby, you can see what it looks like on the outside. You don't really see that there's shimmer in there, but you can see now where I've used this. Let's see, that's focusing now. You can see that there is glitter. And I have to say, when I remove this, you know, there's definitely a lot of glitter that kind of gets everywhere. So this is Icon Baby. It is going to be a neutral leaning warm soft pink with this like silvery glitter in there. You can feel the glitter. So there is some grittiness going on. There's some grittiness on your lips. And as it wears away, you can still feel the glitter. So, you know, just something to note. It looks really beautiful on. So let's take a look at the others, which do not have glitter. This one here is Red Carpet Pink. And let me just show you. Oh. So here's Red Carpet Pink. And I really like this shade a lot. You can see that this one is going to be a bit cooler. It's also a little bit rosier in general than Icon Pink. And again, we don't have any glitter in here. This is one of my favorites. And then what I'm wearing right now on my lips is Rose to Fame, which is this really beautiful, you know, medium to deep rose. Look at that. So it's really pretty. You can see it's cool, but it still has some neutral hues to it. So it's going to work well for a variety of people. And then we have 90s Pink. Couldn't resist this one. And here's 90s Pink. You can see that it is fairly similar to Rose to Fame, but we have a little bit of brown mixed in there. So I also purchased the 90s Pink lip pencil. So show you how that compares. You can see it goes well with Rose to Fame. It goes well with 90s Pink. If you want something, you know, just a little bit deeper than your lip color, it goes well with all 4 of these satins here. So I thought this was definitely one worth picking up. And then this one here is Cinematic Red. So this is our matte formula. Just like before, she has a different shape bullet for the mattes. And this is a really pretty cooler tone red. So we do have some blue in the base here, but it's still relatively neutral. And I think it's a really pretty red. It's just a great glam red. Let's go ahead and look at the lip swatches. The Charlotte Tilbury satin lipsticks are the Kissing formula. They retail for $35 US. They're described as a moisturizing lipstick with a soft satin shine and long-lasting buildable formula. The only one of the shades that I have here with sparkle is the Icon Baby, and the rest of them are just going to be more of your traditional satin. These are a creamy satin formula. They're very comfortable on the lips. There is fragrance. Some highlights from Charlotte Tilbury. Just like the Makeup by Mario, this is free of parabens, formaldehydes, formaldehyde-releasing agents, phthalates, retinol palmitate, oxybenzone, and so forth. It also has less than 1% synthetic fragrance and is cruelty-free. Fragrance-wise, it does have kind of one of those soft vanilla fragrances. And, you know, again, I don't love having the fragrance in here, but I think it's a really nice formula. It's creamier. It's a little bit thicker on the lips than the Makeup by Mario, but it's you know, it's just really comfortable. So I've really been enjoying these, and I love the new shades here. So another thing to note, these satin lipsticks have about 4 to 6 hour wear on me, and I think they're just a really nice product. The matte lipsticks have the same general characteristics in terms of ingredients and fragrance, but these do have a little bit longer wear. You know, as a matte formula, we're looking at a really pigmented lipstick here as well. But the stain will remain on your lips for quite a while. It holds up really well. You know, I think her mattes before also held up really well. So these are a little bit creamier than the mattes I had from Charlotte Tilbury before, but they dry and they set down and they last very well. So you're gonna, you know, have a nice pigmented stain on your lips all day once the initial, you know, top coat kind of wears off. And I think these are a really nice product. So I'm really happy with all of the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. But one thing I'd like to note is the packaging. So the packaging here, it is going to be a click closure, but the only thing I want to note is this turning function is a little gummy. So I don't know how that'll hold up over time. So if you ever had that issue with the Pat McGrath lipsticks where after a while they got kind of hard to turn, that's what these feel like it's starting to do that. So just one thing to kind of, you know, keep in the back of your mind in case that happens in the future. The lipsticks have 3.5 grams of product. They're made in Italy with an 18-month shelf life. Now the lip pencil, this is not a new formula. This is just going to be a new shade in the Lip Cheat formula. We have 1.2 grams of product, a 2-year shelf life, and these are made in the US. And to say, I think it's a really nice product. So let's go ahead and move on to the Byredo liquid lipsticks. So Byredo released some new matte liquid lipsticks. They had the liquid vinyls last year, which I really liked those. So I was excited to try these. You know, they retail for $50 US now, so they are not inexpensive. I picked up 2 of the shades. This one here is Space in Between. You can see we have the same packaging as the vinyls, but we have a frosted plastic instead. So we're gonna put the liquids here. And this is, again, Space in Between. So you can see that this is going to be a warm rose. We do have a little bit of a terracotta vibe in the undertone. So definitely has some warm undertones. The other shade I picked up is Fire Grace. And this is a gorgeous red. I really love this red shade. You can see we do have a blue undertone in here, but it's still relatively neutral. You can see how it compares to the Charlotte Tilbury. It has more pink in it. So this is Fire Grace and Space in Between. Let's move on to the lip swatches. The Byredo liquid lipstick mattes retail for $50 US. They have 4 milliliters of product. They're made in Italy, and we have an 18-month shelf life. So I have to say they are not what I expected. This is a creamy matte liquid lipstick. It feels very much just like a melted lipstick with a creamy matte finish. It never like totally dries down or sets. It is not something that is transfer proof, doesn't stay put. Actually, wear on this is not as good as some, you know, like a regular matte lipstick, because as this kind of wears away on your lips, you know, you're not being left with an even stain. So just something to note there. This is truly always creamy. There are 10 shades in this liquid lipstick, and the shades do primarily run warm. It is described as a purposely blurred, velvet-like second skin, lightly worn, living and flowing with the wearer. It's a creamy vegan formulation. It enables the melding of makeup with the body, becoming a personal signature. Now, some features of this lipstick: it is vegan. We have a soft focus effect, so there's a little bit of blurring on the lips. We have 1-stroke coverage, so it is a pretty full coverage product, and it has a lasting hydrating feel. And when they say that, I think they just mean that it doesn't set down, so it will remain creamy on the lips. Honestly, it's very comfortable on the lips, but it really feels like you took a lipstick and you melted it, and it just stays in that melted formula. So if you're somebody who just loves the application of liquid lipsticks, but the feel of a bullet lipstick, then this would be a great product for you. For me, when I go for liquids, I'm looking for something to perhaps have a longer wear time and really kind of set. So I have to say I'm a little disappointed by these because they don't really set and they don't wear evenly because there is no setting property in this formula. So I would love to know your thoughts on all of the lipsticks, if you've tried any of these and so forth. But let's look at the swatches one more time. So here are the Byredo liquids. We have Space in Between and Fire Grace. And I have to say, you know, I really like the Fire Gray shade. This is one I'll wear a lot. The Space in Between, it's definitely warmer than I was hoping for. It's okay, but I'll probably just wear the red more often. As for the Makeup by Mario, I think these are really nice. I'm looking forward to picking up some more in the future. We have South Shore, which runs a little bit warmer than I was hoping. Broadway is a gorgeous, vibrant pink. This would be great for springtime. And then we have the Pink Peony Lip Pencil, which I think goes very nicely with Broadway. Also goes very nicely with things like the Dior Rose Blues lipstick. So just to show you, this is the Rose Blues in the Forever formula from Dior. And you can see how close those colors are. So really, it's a great shade match for that one. And then we have the Charlotte Tilbury. We have Icon Baby, which is kind of a soft warm pink with some shimmer. Then we have Red Carpet Pink, Rose to Fame, 90s Pink, the 90s Pink lip liner, and Cinematic Red. And I have to say, I'm really happy with the Makeup by Mario, the Charlotte Tilbury. I am disappointed with the Byredo. You know, if they have like a light, cool nude that comes out, I might pick one of those up in the future, but it's not my favorite formula for a liquid. I'd rather, if I want something to remain creamy on my lips, I'd rather have a bullet lipstick personally. But it is a personal preference. And yeah, so overall, I have to say, I think we've got some great things. So from Byredo, my favorite's Fire Grace. From the Makeup by Mario, I love actually my number one choice would be the Lip Pencil in Pink Peony, followed by Broadway. And then for the Charlotte Tilbury, my two favorites are actually going to be the Rose to Fame, which is on my lips right now, and the Red Carpet Pink. So I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we've got a lot more lip products coming up. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please be sure to do so and sign up for notifications. Thanks for watching and have a great day.